It's Stugotz and Company, and occasionally we talk stuff other than football. So we brought in Frank Isola, my man, Frank Isola. Frank, how you doing, bud?
Good. What are we going to talk? The World Cup draw? If we're not going to talk NFL?
Well, I don't want to pigeonhole Frank into NBA talk only. He can talk about whatever the hell he wants.
No, you're right, because Frank, here's the first thing he wanted to ask you about. Jackson Dart, your thoughts? As our native
Giants bring him back.
You know what? I love the guy, but I think he's going to get hurt. You can't run into people if you play quarterback in the NFL. Yeah. Just like that little nut running back that they have. The guy runs into everybody. Then he scores a touchdown. He's doing flips. Avoid contact in the NFL. Franco Harris. How long did Franco Harris play? He played like 25 years in the NFL because he kept running out of bounds, right?
Yes, he didn't play 25 years in the NFL, Frank.
He was a smart Italian. He ran out of bounds.
Yes. Frank, I just wanted to sort of discuss the irony of this. As a Miami guy, you and I obviously known each other since I was covering the Heat and you were covering the Knicks. Miami guy, do ESPN, kind of known as for Miami ties with doing ESPN. Leave ESPN, finally go to a show with all my Miami people, and now I'm on a show with 3 New Yorkers. And now we bring in Frank for more New York commentary.
That's your punishment. That's your punishment.
It's terrible. The Knicks. Any chance that they're better than last year? Because I think just karma in itself is not going to allow them to get past the conference championship this year.
Well, it's funny, right? You look at a lot of these teams like Detroit looks like they got better. I think Miami's going to be much better, especially when they get Hero back. Mm-hmm. Philadelphia, maybe, if everyone could stay healthy. I think the big thing will be Mitchell Robinson. He makes a difference. He only played 17 games last year. So if he can be healthy come playoff time, they could be dangerous. Plus, Brunson has a good habit of drawing fouls and getting to the free throw line. But I don't know. The East isn't great, but there are good teams in there. And I think a team like Philly, but especially Miami, will be a lot more dangerous than they were last year.
Why does Mitchell Robinson barely play when he plays in games? Like it's 16 minutes here, 18 minutes there. Is it like a restriction, or is he just like limited?
I think it's a restriction. Just like last year when he came back, he was on a minutes restriction, couldn't play back to backs. When he's out there, he's efficient, but he gets hurt all the time. So he's always going to be a huge question mark whether or not it's not as bad as the guy Robert Williams that used to play for the Boston Celtics, who made a big impact on games. But I think you know how it is with these teams now. Their idea of having a guy avoid getting hurt is to just not play them. And in the NBA this year, that's what everyone's doing. Everyone is being held out of games. It's amazing.
Well, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, did you want to go off on that? Because Steve Kerr, it felt like Steve Kerr was preparing himself for this Miami game against that really fast-paced Miami team. He's like, pace is getting out of control, and then he's going to sit all his guys.
It's like Robert De Niro, you're 100% onto it. It was all a setup with, oh my God, the schedule, it's been so rough. And even Steph Curry after the game the other night said, my ankle, it's been bothering me. What player admits that his ankle is bothering him? They're doing that so they don't get fined by the NBA, but the schedule for them was ridiculous. 17 games to start the season, which I think it's been about 30 or 31 days. So 17 games in a month. The NBA, you got to eliminate the back-to-backs. It removes the excuse for the players not to play. Start the season earlier. Get rid of, 2 preseason games. Start the season, and the first month, play 2 games a week. That's practice time. That's rest. And then this way, it kind of sets you up for November. You hit November, then the schedule could pick up a little bit.
82 games? What's the right amount of games to play for an NBA season?
It's not 82, but you guys know they're not going to get rid of it, because if they get rid of 82 games, owners make less, front office makes less, the NBA makes less, the players make less. That's what they should do. But since they're not going to do that, they got to come up with a reason. They got to come up with something. Baseball, if you look at what happened with baseball, it was declining. The commissioner, to his credit, had some drastic changes. And baseball, the time of baseball games this year, the average was 2:38.
Yeah.
There was a Lakers-Spurs game in LA a couple of weeks ago. The game was 2 hours and 54 minutes.
Wow.
In the game, the teams combined for 84 free throws. Nobody wants to watch a 2 hour and 54-minute game where 84 free throws are taken. That's not entertaining. Just isn't.
He's right. And listen, say what you will about Rob Manfred. He fixed baseball. I mean, he did.
Yeah.
It happened under his watch, Izzy. I mean, he kind of did.
Yeah. And the pitch count, right? That helps. Yes. My big thing, and I've been on this, and Izzy knows this for a bunch of years, if a game goes into overtime, that means it either ended with a team making a shot most times or missing a shot. There's a lot of excitement. Why do they go to timeout 3 minutes and they set the clock back 5 minutes? Just have a 30-second break. 2-minute overtime. Let's go. In the regular season, playoffs, do 5 minutes. Regular season, 2 minutes. Let's get the thing over with.
Frank, you agree. You cannot be Steve Kerr, the coach who created this pace of play, and then be the coach that complains about the pace of play that he created, right? I mean,
I know. You're right. So like Greg Popovich, he's the godfather of tanking and load management. And Steve Kerr kind of is the godfather of this. And that's why Bob Ryan, he was on CNN, what was it, like 5, 6, 7 years ago? And he said that Steph Curry ruined basketball. What he meant was that everyone's shooting threes. That's also a part of it too. These games where teams are taking more threes than 2-point shots. He's just upset that they have an older team. Like we keep saying, it's the LA Fitness Clippers and it's the YMCA Warriors. Like, it's like all these old guys that should be just playing pickup at lunchtime. They got an older team. You know what? Don't have such an old roster. Then maybe the schedule won't be so tough.
Oh, I don't know. I think Frank's onto something. We need to just have fun with the overtime rules. Why don't we go to 3-on-3? Everybody seems to love to play 3-on-3 these days. Let's go 3-on-3. Give me your 3 best players, my 3 best players. 3 minutes of basketball.
Hey, come on. If you had a 2-minute overtime, think like the jump ball, how vicious that would be, because those possessions are huge. And you guys know this. When you're watching a game,
the only jump ball that matters.
And the minute your guy in Miami says, 2 minutos, you see that clock at 1:59, everything changes. When you're at an NBA game, and especially covering one, so I'll complain like a typical media person. You're at a game, and that clock's at 5 minutes in overtime. It's like, come on, man. Come on. Just start at 2 minutes.
My guy's retiring this year, right? I know those guys.
We talked about Monty. I love that guy. I love, from back in the day at the old Miami Arena. I love that place. Getting out of there at night was a little crazy.
Yeah, a little shaky.
But I love to stand up and make some noise. I like that.
If you wanted some crack cocaine, it was the place to be there.
Miami, you're saying, just in general?
No, just outside the old Miami Arena, yeah. From what I hear.
The security guards used to walk you to your car.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
Yep.
How about we play the games to like 100? I like how the All-Star game is. I like what Frank is because what you're trying to do is create some urgency within these games and speed them up just a little bit. Like, why not? To me, that seems like a pretty good idea.
It wouldn't be the word. They'll get to 100 pretty quickly.
Right.
That's for Don. But the players have become so skilled and like everyone shoots threes. So like there are times when you just wish you would see more of like a mid-range game. Like the guy on Detroit, Kate Cunningham's a lot of fun to watch, and he drives to the basket. He takes mid-range jumpers. When you see everyone shooting a three, you know what? This is a great thing, too, about analytics in sports, because the three of us aren't that smart. But we know that 3 is better than 2, but it doesn't mean it's more entertaining just to watch these guys shoot three-pointer after three-pointer. But that's what the game has become. The whole game is designed to get layups and corner threes. That's the entire game.
Right. Dude, there's this guy who plays for Liberty. Have you seen him yet, Frank? He just jacks up. Like, he is Bob Ryan's worst nightmare, because this guy jacks up like triple clutch threes against 2 and is hitting them. And I'm like, Steph Curry did that. That's his fault, because this guy is wild. If you haven't seen him, just trust me, you'll see him eventually. He plays for Liberty. He makes a bunch of crazy shots. It's insane.
Like, I was watching Arizona against UConn the other night, and just the environment, like college basketball's regular season, which I get isn't, like these teams are going to be in the tournament. But there does, to Stugotz' point, there does seem to be a little bit more urgency to it. There's fewer games. The games are more intense. The NBA, like when you see that Joel Embiid is out, you don't even know, is he injured or they're just holding him out? Like, you're so now accustomed to so many of these players. Just like Zion played last night. It was like, oh, that's interesting. It's almost like there should have been like a news alert. Zion's playing tonight. Like, I don't know. Is he hurt? They resting him? But last night he played. That's interesting.
Well, yeah, the Pelicans are interesting altogether. This Derek Queen, they better hope he ends up being really good. And
you're right.
I wanted to ask you about the All-Star game format, not necessarily the format itself, but it's like 2 USA teams versus 1 world team. I'm going to tell you right now, if they're healthy, these are the starting 5 players for the world, and it's the only reason why I'm interested in the NBA All-Star game again. Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Luka Doncic, and Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah,
those might be the best 5 players in the league, all in one team, the world team. I'm in on that.
You know what? I love the idea. I hate the format that they're using. Now, why have 2 U.S. teams and then 1 world team of 8 players? I went through the list, and if there are so many players, maybe I could find them in a second. Like the other day, I was on the Yes Network, and I talked about like how many guys you can get on the team. It's insane. All the international players that you have. You mentioned Jokic, Giannis, Luka, Shea, Victor Wembanyama. You could put Karl Anthony Towns there. Sabonis, Gobert, Markkanen, Porzingis, Siakam, Şengün, Wagner, Dyson Daniels, Lou Dort. I'd put Dennis Schroeder on the team. You got Jamal Murray. There's more than enough. This is the thing about the team, though. So you're going to have two U.S. teams in a round robin. I hate that idea. What if the two U.S. teams meet in the finals? Who's going to care? That's one thing. But they're going to call one of the teams USAA, USAB.
USAA.
God help the person that informs LeBron James he's on USAB. God help that person.
Gronkowski's the coach of USAA, right?
That's right.
Right, but who is going to be assigned the task to tell LeBron that?
I'm not going to tell him. You tell him. You have enough players. Play 12v12. You don't need. You don't even have to be a 48-minute game because it takes forever. And guess what? This year will be shorter. They're not going to have Kevin Hart, and they're not going to spend the entire game, saying farewell to Inside the NBA 10 times. Right. And oh, by the way, Inside the NBA is back. If you haven't noticed, I know they said goodbye last year, but they're actually back.
Confusing.
They are back. I feel like if you have an American name, you should be on Team USAB. You know, like Karl Anthony Towns as a European does not work for me. It just doesn't. I mean.
Well, that's the thing, though. They'll probably need him. He just rattled off the guys that would start for, that would start for the world team. The U.S. team, I think they would definitely want LeBron, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant. Who knows if any of them will be healthy come that time? But it's crazy. The idea is good because you guys know the NBC's got the Olympics.
Yeah.
So they're going to go right from the Olympics to the All-Star game. The All-Star game is going to be on early this year. It's going to be 2:00 local time, 5:00 in the East. But just have the USA versus the world. Play a 40-minute game. It'll be fun. Listen, if the U.S. were losing, this is what you'd have to hope for. The U.S. to be trailing by like 15 or 20 points at halftime. They'd get in the locker room and say, we're getting embarrassed here by the big guy from Serbia and, Luka, who's now out of shape. How are we losing to these guys? Maybe it would be exciting. I like the idea. I don't like the two teams, and I don't like the round robin format. I don't like that.
Austin Reeves, you're on USAA. LeBron, USAB.
Oh my God!
No. That's not
Frank is the Oklahoma City Thunder. Is the NBA in a bad place if that's going to be if Oklahoma City continues to be their best team?
Well, all right. So not only could they be the best team, they have the Clippers pick. They could, in theory, you want to talk about a worst case scenario for the rest of the league?
Yeah.
Oklahoma City wins the championship and they get the number 1 overall pick.
Jesus Christ.
That
they
could
have
happen.
2 picks in the top 10.
That could be in play. I mean, that trade for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, it's got to be top 5 trade of all time, if not the greatest trade. You've already won a championship. He's been an MVP, a Finals MVP. They're 14-1, and their second best player hasn't even played yet this year.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
But is it? But them being the best team, is that a bad thing for them, for the NBA? It's boring and no one cares about that city. I say that politely to the people who live in that city, but we just don't care about Oklahoma.
Now here's the New Yorker coming out in Stugotz. You know what? You know how you can make it more interesting then? The part of also the NBA changing things up? Get rid of East versus West. If you get the best 16 teams in the playoffs, or I guess it's technically 20, maybe that would factor in. But remember, last year at this time, Boston looked like it was going to be the team in the East. It looked like it was going to be the team that was going to win back-to-back, and they didn't even get out of the second round. And Denver is still, really good. The Lakers with, now that they've got LeBron back, I mean, look at the start that they've gotten off to, and they've mostly played road games. So I understand what you're saying, but I'm not so sure it's a guarantee. They played 2 Game 7s last year in the playoffs, so I'm going to hold off on that.
And here's my thing with Oklahoma City. Yes, I think they could be super deep and potentially regular season dominant. But like you said, Frank, postseason, you never know. Again, 2 Game 7s last year, as good as they supposedly were. But I feel like they might have also just shown everybody else how to do it. Hey, if you're not on the top of the league, take a couple years, be in the shadows, collect a few picks, maybe make a good trade. Boom, you'll be right there with us in a few years.
It's unbelievable. You could tell that you've covered the league for a long time. I think that's exactly what, if you're the GM of a team with a terrible record, all you have to do is go to your owner and say, whoa, we're not the Kansas City model. Stugotz knows what I'm talking about. We're doing the OKC model. They tore
Philly
the whole
should
thing
do this.
Down. Exactly. Well, they did it once before. They did it once before. They never got out of the second round. But I think that's what all these teams are going to tell their owners. We got to build through the draft. But the one thing that goes always unsaid, if you look at a lot of these teams that made key moves, yes, the draft worked for Golden State, but they won 2 titles with Kevin Durant, a free agent. Oklahoma City got all these great players in the draft, and they've knocked it out of the park. In the first round, in the second round, late in the first round, they always get good players. But the key to the whole thing was trading for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Right. So it's not just the draft.
Frank, if you're LeBron James, do you want to leave LA? Because if I'm LeBron, I'm looking at a team that, hey, if I just play, we have a chance at winning the NBA championship. I don't know. I'm not so certain leaving is his best option right now.
Oh, I don't think he wants to leave. I still think the one team that he could go to, which would be a nice way for him to end, would be Cleveland. Because I watched Cleveland play, and I think, LeBron would give them something that's missing from that team. Now, I don't know how they would get him. Maybe they could trade Darius Garland for him. Maybe he'll go in the offseason. But there's a lot of buzz going around that he could end up eventually in Golden State. He and Steph Curry, who were born in the same hospital a few years apart, have become actually pretty close over the years. So it's not the craziest thing.
Yeah, what a
weird fact that they were both born in the same. If there's signs that we're living in a simulation, the 2 greatest basketball players of, I don't know, Taylor's lifetime, same hospital.
I've always said, I saw Steph Curry out in October, and I always say this to him: if you end up with more rings than LeBron, would you ever consider getting a tattoo that says "The Real King of Akron"?
What he say?
Tell me that's not going to drive LeBron nuts. Not only do you not have the most rings from anybody, from the Ohio area, a guy from the same hospital as you has more NBA championship rings than you. That was born in the same.
And he's on USAA.
Yeah, exactly. Steph's on A. LeBron's on USAB.
That's locked in right now. Steph is on A. Let's just so we're clear, Adam Silver. Frank, I know these guys. Well, I know Amin El-Hassan was tired of me talking about them, and I don't think these guys are tired of me talking about them yet. But the Thompson twins, man.
Oh, you were right on about that.
Could it be? Could it be a finals preview? Could we be talking Rockets Pistons in the finals this year? Already those 2 guys facing each other in the finals? Because that would be a hell of a story.
Yeah. And by the way, USAA, USAB. We could put they're in theory Jamaican. They could be on the world team as well. So you're not even getting you're not getting one Thompson twin on A, the other on B.
I don't like this world team shit, man. I
mean, nobody's American anymore.
Exactly. You know what? You and I might make USAB.
Right, so, exactly.
I got to see Asor Thompson about 2 or 3 weeks ago in person. He plays just like his brother. They're freak athletes. You know what I like about both of them? They play under control for young players. You were so right. You mentioned Amen Thompson all the time, and that guy. Say what you want about Kevin Durant, but if you're a young player and you get to play with him, you're just going to become a better player. Because Kevin Durant, out of all these old guys, plays all the time. He loves basketball. He loves helping out the young players. The Rockets are going to be such a tough team because they got the closer that they needed last year. The issue is Van Vliet got hurt, which, he's not going to play. But I love the 2 Thompson twins are unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a perfect spot for KD. My only issue with Asar, and it's a handful of people in the league. We mentioned Derek Queen as another one. The undershirt committee, the undershirt guys. I mean, I've never been a fan of them. There was a while where it wasn't even allowed. Right now, everybody just wears the T-shirt underneath, and it's just that's not an NBA uniform.
I think the T-shirt started with Georgetown with Ewing. Then it was actually built into their uniform. And then you're right. David Stern not only said no shirt underneath. Remember all the players started wearing tights?
Yes.
And then he said, you're not wearing them? Look now, everyone's wearing tights again. Crazy. It's all men in tights in the NBA.
Let me ask it this way. Isola or Asola, the undershirts?
You know what?
I think that's an Asola.
By the way, I didn't listen to a word you said. If you're talking Pistons, Rockets, NBA Finals, I wasn't listening to anything. Seriously,
it's your boy Kevin Durant, and you're not paying attention. But I
don't mind the T-shirt. Nah, I don't like the T-shirt underneath.
It is. See,
the Patrick Ewing did say he got cold during games. I think he did it because he sweats a lot. He wanted the T-shirt to soak up the sweat.
I have some more. Izzy, I have some more Isola or Assolas.
I do like
Let's just go to that. Let's do it.
No. Feel free to ask an NBA question. Just know that if it's about the Pistons or the Rockets, I ain't listening. All right?
I got no further questions.
We're going to break
Your
down
Honor.
the Desmond Bain trade from Memphis to Orlando.
All right.
Has he cracked 30% from 3 yet?
Oh,
Exactly.
Christ. Not listening. Immediately standing up when your plane reaches the jetway. Isola or asshola?
That's ass all the way. I say it all the time. The true judge of someone's character is how they behave on a plane.
Yes.
How they get their luggage, what they do when the plane lands, how they try to swim against the current. Excuse me, we're all going that way. If your bag is back here, wait for everybody to get off. Then you go back and get your bag. It's amazing how people act on planes like they would never act in any other place.
You're right.
It's terrible.
Yes. Talking on the speakerphone in public. Isola or asshola?
Ass all the way. I can't stand it. And then it's always weird too, whenever you're with someone that you're friendly with, you think is cool, and then they do that in front of you. Like Scalabrini does it all the time. We'll be at dinner. Like we'll have we were on the road traveling to some of these, we went to like Minnesota. There's 4 of us eating dinner, and he's on his phone holding it up, talking. He's doing some business deal. Like, dude. Go outside.
Yes, I don't want to hear about it. Right?
I don't understand the people who FaceTime everywhere they go and aren't even looking at there's nobody on the screen. You're just seeing a ceiling of whatever house that they're in. And, they're in the shopping cart with their phone. And it's just like, it doesn't make any sense. Why are we FaceTiming if you're not looking at my face?
Exactly. And I'm always worried, like, if my wife calls me, there's no chance I would put on speakerphone. You know what the chances are that my wife would emasculate me in front of like complete strangers and 93%. People I know? I'm going to have that on speakerphone?
For me, it's like a 90% clip. I mean, 9 out of every 10 calls from my wife, she's doing exactly that.
Exactly. You're going to put that on speakerphone. Here's my wife making me feel like I'm 3 inches tall. Here you go, folks. Listen in.
People who say Thanksgiving turkey isn't good. Isola or asshola?
That's Isola. I'm not a big turkey guy. I like Thanksgiving. I think it's the best holiday. Not a lot of pressure. Plus, I love the Thursday, which leads into Friday. Everyone's off. Yeah. And the weekend, I'm not a big turkey guy.
Bringing fish into work to heat up for lunch. Isola or asshola?
Come on. We're all in agreement on that one. Come on, man. There's no way you can do that. No chance.
So Levitard's an asshola.
Well, how about when you go to a place, you'll open up the refrigerator at like work to get, milk for coffee, and people have their lunch in there? I don't know how you do that.
Yeah,
I can't put my food in like a strange refrigerator. I can't do that.
If you didn't finish your fish at first sitting, it's not good reheated. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to other people.
Don't subject all of us to the smell of it. I mean,
yeah, it's terrible.
Cut your losses. Throw it away.
You're so right about that whiff you get when the fridge is opened up. Like everyone has to absorb it,
Right. That's how I started, and I still don't like them. But I only drink Bloody Marys, or only have ever drank Bloody Marys, because of the smell on first class and airplanes. It's just like, really, sir, it's 11 a.m. and you're having this tomato can V8, and it's just like, throw some vodka in there. It's just like, it has to be amazing if all these people are having it at 9 in the morning. So I have it. I'm just like, it's disgusting.
I've only had it like twice in my life. I couldn't believe everyone drinks them. I didn't like it at all. It felt, you know what it felt like? I was drinking tomato juice. It doesn't sound good. It doesn't taste good.
Getting mad at an injured football player for having the audacity to attend a wrestling event. Isola or asshola?
Come on. I think the fans are. I mean, there's got to be something more interesting to talk about than that. You tell me you had a problem with Cam Scatterbo?
No, I did not have a problem with Cam Scatterbo.
It's all fake. It's come on.
Right.
It's funny. The fans make the guy a big star. He can do no wrong. He's got a great football name. It's like at a Central Casting. I didn't have a problem with that. What I worry about is the guy ever going to be healthy? He's just like Jackson Dart. He runs into everything. People, at the end zone, he gets hurt. Yeah, I didn't have a problem with that.
But he's supposed to do that. Dart's not. I mean,
exactly.
Cam's probably thinking I'm a running back. I've got maybe 6 years of this. I'm living it up while I'm here, especially in New York.
I think you're on to something. But how about Brian Dable when, in a league where it's all this stuff about concussions, how about when he was screaming at the doctor
Hurry up.
outside the medical tent? And it's like, all right, hang on a second. And I wanted Brian Dable to succeed, but dude, you're struggling with your job. Now you're going to tell the doctor had to do his job. And then how about after the game? Oh, yeah, I apologize to our medical doctor. The guy has a name. Can you imagine being that guy's family? You're all excited. Look, my father, my husband, my brother is the Giants team doctor. Oh, he's now getting undressed by Brian Daboll, who wants to drag Jackson Dart out of the tent. And then afterwards say, I apologize to the doctor.
Hey, Brian Daboll, I'm going to hit you in the head as hard as Jackson Dart got hit. Now I want you to continue to coach the game. See how that works out.
I mean, I wanted the guy to succeed. That was a bad look, though. That was bad.
Isola or asshola? Not ordering fries as your side, but then picking at someone else's fries who did order them as their
That's
side.
me, dude, all the way. Because then I could tell people, I don't know, but you think Izzy's ever eating fries? You ever see the guy? I'm one of those people. I'll pick a couple. I haven't had fries in years. I never order that.
Wow.
Right, but you'll have my fries. Yes.
I'm picking. Good one. That's a good one.
That's a jerk move.
Regifting presents, Isola or asshola?
Never used to be, but now it's Isola all the way. What's the big
What's
deal?
the most recent thing you've regifted, if you can tell?
It's probably something from a team that they sent me.
Mm.
Like something good.
Right.
It's like good stuff. It's probably
Right.
like
You
a
get
t-shirt.
good stuff with the job. Right.
It's not a wedding gift that I'm giving, like a T-shirt of like.
No, it's true. Yeah, you're
Udonis
right.
Haslam's face on it, but I don't know.
I've given my nephew some gifts of free shit that I've gotten.
Hey, you know what? We get that stuff all the time, and because we're so jaded, we don't think it's a big deal. But you give it to people who don't get
So
those
true.
kind of things, they think it's a big deal. Yeah.
Yes. Putting towels on beach chairs that you have no intention of using for 4 hours. Isola or asshola?
Asshole all the way.
Yes.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
First come, first serve, baby.
Hey, come on. Wasn't there a Seinfeld episode about saving seats? I get such anxiety when people tell me to do that. Like, I was at one of my nephew's graduations, and they made me sit there, and I had to tell, like, 20 people, like, you can't take the seat. And you know what always happens, too? It always happens to be the meanest woman or the strongest-looking guy that wants to sit there. When you got to tell them no, right away you're thinking, the woman's going to start yelling at me, or this big guy's going to beat me up.
Don't ever ask me to save your seat, because you're going to come back. I'll be like, I don't know what happened.
Oh, you know what?
I
actually wouldn't get mad. I would totally understand that. I would say I could see that if I was in that same position, I would do the same thing. I don't like being that guy that does that. Yeah.
Being the coach that complains about pace of play after being the guy who caused the current pace of play, Isola or asshole?
Did we do this one already?
I'm just forcing him to call Steve Kerr an asshole.
So, hey, all right. So, you guys live in Miami. Come on now. Curry comes there once a year.
Yeah.
It's like, and you guys know this. You go to the game early and you watch him warm up, and you're allowed in. You know, he doesn't warm up until the doors open up, so you can get there and watch him warm up. That's a good show to begin with. But there might have been one that somebody went to one game, bought tickets for last night's game. He's not available to play because he's injured. He's carrying an injury, whatever the case may be. That's a bummer. The NBA's got to do away with these back-to-backs. The players don't want to play them, and this way you eliminate the excuse. If the game were tonight, he'd probably play.
Right.
It makes everybody
Izzy
happy.
actually agrees with it. He thinks that fans should do a better job at looking at the schedule and figuring out when these guys are going to take off.
I think if you are a Miami Heat, first of all, Steph Curry has played Miami the least of any city. So you would think if you did any sort of research, you probably, the odds are not great he's going to play there. But yeah, if you are hell-bent on going to a game to see the other team, then I'm not. You need to go do your research. You need to do your research because you know this is happening. And if it's the last game of a back-to-back and it's last game of a road trip and it's the second half of a back-to-back, chances are he's not going to play.
There's nobody in you don't think there's anybody in the Miami Heat organization, if it's not Pat Riley, if it's not Eric Spoelstra, start working your way down the chain of command there, that looked at the schedule, because that's all they do all summer. These guys got nothing to do anyway. Then he probably, do you know that when we play the Warriors, it's going to be their 12th road game, and it's going to be on the back-to-back, and then they head home? I'll bet you Steph doesn't play in that game.
Free victory.
Right?
Yeah.
They knew that.
Media members castigating fans for not doing a better job of researching the schedule. Isola or asshole?
I did not blame the fans. I'm blaming the league for scheduling.
No. I'm asking you if you think Izzy's
He's asking me if I'm an asshole. Basically.
Oh, yeah. You definitely are.
I'm an asshole.
Definitely. Not me,
Right.
you.
I'm the one saying, hey, if you're going to a Miami Heat game, go cheer for the Miami Heat.
All right,
and if the opponent's good, that's a bonus.
All right, so let's pretend you're a father, and you got like a little Stugotz who's busting your chops nonstop. I want to see Steph Curry. I want to see, please, Dad, give me tickets to Steph Curry.
Move to San Francisco, son. We live in Miami. We need to be Norman Powell fans.
Well, you know what? That's why what you should do, you should have saved your money. You should have flown to New Orleans, get a good meal, and watched them play the Pelicans, because I think he played against the Pelicans and nobody was at the game.
Right.
In fact, I guess Nick Friedel had written that nobody from New Orleans was watching him warm up before the game. Wow. That's how much they don't care there. But you know what, I hate to say this to the people in New Orleans, but maybe DeMarcus Cousins was right. Maybe they should
get rid of them. Get rid of the Charlotte Hornets too.
People go to the games in Charlotte. Go back to Seattle.
Right. Seattle needs an NBA team. Frank, were you aware? Izzy taught me this. I was not aware. If they stop introducing the head coach on the loudspeakers inside the arena, that means the head coach is about to get fired. Did you know that?
They were doing that to Willie Green. It's like a couple of games where they stopped announcing the head coach, and I'm like, something is amiss here.
They always say that you should always, like the people that do the game night operation, they're always given the heads up on moves that are going to be made because there's so many videos, like especially the one that's played before a game, that would include a player on the team. So if a guy's about to be traded, all of a sudden, if you're looking at that video, he might not be in the video. There's a little. So sometimes, Shams isn't the first person that knows. It's actually the game night people that know who's getting traded.
It's Mike Biamonte.
A Mike Biamonte bomb.
Yes, that's so good. All right, Frank, we appreciate the time. This was fun.
Yes.
Izzy, have more? If it's Pistons Rockets, I'm not listening. But go ahead.
We're all good. We're all good. I've already established the first person in the world to say it's going to be a Houston Rockets Detroit Pistons finals.
I like that. But by the way, Stugotz, you know what we should have done last week if I had known about it?
Yeah, we
should have gone to Northwestern Michigan at Wrigley Field.
Oh,
and it was like 65 degrees that day.
It was a beautiful day out. I've been to Wrigley for a football game. It's unbelievable. We should have done that. I'm sorry.
I watched that. I was bummed out. I turned to my wife. I said, we should have done it. Then she started screaming at me, which is why I don't have her on speakerphone.
Michigan making it to the playoff?
Oh, I'm sorry?
Michigan making it to the playoff?
No. Are they? No.
What do you mean? They can make
What's
it.
Their
they
record?
Have to win out. They have Ohio State in front of them.
Oh, stop, dude. Stop. I mean, Ohio State is like I don't even want to say minor league NFL team because that's like a disrespect to Ohio State.
They're better than the Jets. I mean,
it's like a football factory. The great players they turn out. It's amazing.
So you're bummed that we didn't do that, huh? Northwestern Michigan, Wrigley Field.
Yeah, that would have been good. That
friendly confines. I mean.
Maybe next year, but they're not playing there next year. So
2 years.
Wait, you don't want to go this week and see him play Minnesota?
Where's that game?
At Wrigley Field.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
I think I might have to look at the schedule.
You know what? It's Minnesota.
I might have to look at the schedule. That's not a bad idea. Michigan would have been better, though.
Yeah, I know. It was a close game, too. All right, Frank, get out of here. We appreciate the time, as always. Thank you for allowing us to have fun with you. Yes.
Take care.
Stugotz here. It's NBA Tip-Off Week, and FanDuel is your home for live betting. Listen, support the people that support this show, and no one has supported us more than our friends at FanDuel. So even if you missed the start of the game or want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks. Plus, you can even combine your live bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. Whenever you want to play, now is the perfect time to join because FanDuel has given new customers $300 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. That's $300 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So just visit FanDuel.com to sign up today. Play your game with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA.
Must be 21 and older and present in select states or 18 and older and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York.